She's won an Emmy and 2 Golden Globes. At 71 years young, she is a woman who refuses to retire. Why would she? But let's be honest, we wouldn't want her to anyway, would we? Please welcome to the show, Jane Seymour.
Yes.
Hey. Hi. Jane, you look fantastic. I have so many fond memories of watching Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman with my grandparents before they passed. It was such a special place in my life, and I will forever be in debt to you. But let's talk about you. You turned 71 in February, and let's be honest, you are ageless. How do you continue to look so beautiful and just present yourself with just such positive white energy? Is that too metaphysical? Wow.
That's going to be cut up and put on certain websites.
Oh, yeah, we don't, okay. Yeah, I mean positive energy.
Positive. But you know what? It's an attitude. I think it comes from within, to be honest. I mean, but also I do take care of my skin. I actually use the product that I talk about, you know, at Crepe Race, and I just, you know, I think we have good skin. You have good health. I grow all my own vegetables organically. I eat eggs from my little baby chickens that are in my garden. I work out. I do Pilates, gyrotonics.
Dang.
There I am, gyrotonics. I know I should never post that video. Oh, that was when I went to the Oscars.
Wow.
Not the Oscars, the Elton party, and. You know, I just, I think I'm very involved with life. You know, every day I get up and there's something I feel I can do to make a difference. So whether it's my Open Hearts Foundation, you know, I work with them, or I was in Washington recently with these amazing Horatio Alger scholars. You know, I'm constantly trying to think, what can I do? I value life and I love acting. I love producing. I love painting. I love designing. I mean, if you go to JaneSeymour.com, you can see everything I do, you know, from scarves to paintings to sculptures, whatever. So I'm never bored. I think that's the secret.
Man, I wish you'd get some more hobbies. Jeez. You have been very...
No time for hobbies.
No, I'm a cross-stitch craft person, so I'm like, hello, I hear you. You've been very open about not getting plastic surgery, and recently there was some shade thrown at you from Joan Collins, who said you aren't the only one to avoid the knife. What are your thoughts on what she said? Are you guys in now a huge fight? Talk to me.
No. I mean, first of all, I apologize, you know, officially to anyone out there that feels that I have said something wrong. You know, what happens is when you're doing a lot of shows where you're playing 85, which I have been, or 70 or whatever, and they are trying to add wrinkles to you, you know, that's the only reason that the question ever came about. And Joan Collins is a natural beauty. It always has been. And I'm, you know, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I really don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or say that I'm anything better than anyone else, because I'm not. I just choose. I have nothing wrong with plastic surgery. I just have chosen for myself to, you know, allow the wrinkles to be there because I'm using them. They're very handy.
I mean, I tried to get plastic surgery. They turned me away.
You're too gorgeous.
Too beautiful.
Oh, you know what?
Dr.
Oh, you know,
Let
so
me.
I'll make it clear. You know, I did do wedding crushes, and I heard you talking about that. And when somebody asked me, have you ever had, you know, your boobs done? I went, yeah, I did. Well, you know, you've got to tell the truth. So I have never denied that, you know, and I think I had bulgy eyes. So I had that done, I don't know, 30-something years ago. So I've always been pretty honest about all this stuff.
We appreciate that.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love being honest. So speaking of Wedding Crashers, it's one of my favorite movies. Whenever I need a good laugh, I put that on. And your role is so underrated. You're fantastic in that movie. We were just doing your parts between, I don't know if they're appropriate for television, but we were doing them around the studio. But I read online, tell me if this is true, that you got that job because you were a Bond girl back in the day. Is that correct? Did I read that right?
Not quite, but I think what was
all right.
was that when I came in and I had to audition, and I don't think I've ever hardly auditioned in my life, because I got the Bond film without even auditioning. I mean, I was 20 then. So anyway, I auditioned, and then afterwards, you know, the director and producer, who were very young, they said, "Oh my God, and you were a Bond girl." Like, that's what we saw. And I kept thinking, gosh, I've been working for about 45 years since then. What did they think I was doing? Like, sitting around to be discovered as a Bond girl? So, no, it was just, you know, the problem with British humor is, you know, sometimes it's self-deprecating and sarcastic. So.
Hey, I love that. And you were fantastic. And there was a Bond story in there, so I win.
There was. You were right, yes.
All right,
but,
all right.
You know, I am now referred to as the tit lady.
There we go.
You said it, not me.
All right. There goes my Instagram handle.
I saw Owen Wilson just the other day, and I said, "Owen, do you know what you've done to my career? I mean, that's it. That's it." Good for Bond girl to that.
Good for you.
Well, let's stay on the topic of your career because obviously you have a new show, Harry Wild, where you would play a professor turned detective. What do you like about this role? And honestly, do you think you could solve a real crime? Because I don't think there's anything you can't do.
Oh, there's plenty of things I can't do, but actually I think being an actress is quite useful because you're very observant and you kind of feel empathy and stuff. You can actually suss out people a little bit. That's part of what we do for a living. But Harry Wild is a fantastic character. She was a professor of English literature who just realizes most of her students are getting high and drunk and don't want to show up. They're at parties instead. And she just doesn't know what she's going to do. And she inadvertently becomes a detective, having been mugged and staying at her son's house, and he is a real detective, and she sees his stuff and just goes, "Oh, I know what this is. This is some random, like ancient Elizabethan manuscript thing. This perpetrator is doing something weird that I understand." And he goes, "Mom, go, get out of here." So it's the whole dynamic of me actually solving the crime and being right, because Harry's always right. And son saying, "Please stay away from being a detective." And my wonderful sidekick, played by Rohan Ned, is amazing, 15-year-old kid. Off the streets, and
Jane,
so I need
help.
help.
I apologize.
Oh, but thank you.
Harry Wild, everybody, is streaming right now on Acorn TV with new episodes premiering on Mondays this month, and you can visit acorn.tv to subscribe. Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Amazing.
We'll be right back.
Thanks.
Bye.